I got to thinking during the early service that over the years during Palm Passion Sunday, I've experienced a lot of interesting things when people have been waving palms, especially children. The palm branches, while they're beautiful and they remind us of the great parade in which Jesus enters into Jerusalem, have also over the years in children's hands become deadly weapons. I remember a child a couple years back who received lacerations from a palm leaf. The mother came up to me after the service and said, "This is supposed to be a day of joy, and my child is crying because Johnny hit him with a palm branch." Got little palm leaf marks on his cheek, a couple on his arm. Painful experience, right? I also remember years ago when I was in Haines City, they decided to save money and go out into the woods and cut their own palms. So they cut some palmetto branches and they handed them out of the door, and everybody was singing and screaming at the same time as the serrated edges of the palm leaves cut into their hands, and they were bleeding profusely all over the furniture, and there was a mass exodus to the bathroom. It was a mess. But I think there's something truthful about the painful experiences of Palm Sunday. That we find ourselves on the mountain heralding Jesus as Lord. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna, glory to the highest. And yet he's going to Jerusalem to confront the principalities and the powers. If I was to break down what the principalities and the powers are, those are the things that we find ourselves embedded with as well. You know what they are, right? The economic systems that we find ourselves participating in, becoming dependent on, owned by. Anybody owned by an institution in here? Oh yeah? You got a wallet or purse? Open it up. Because there's some gods in there called Citigroup, Capital One, BB&T. I'm just naming the ones out of my wallet. They all own me in some way. I'm connected to the world much too deeply. As a matter of fact, when people think about what Jesus has to offer and how Jesus liberates us from ourselves, and particularly liberates us and invites us to peel away the layers of the principalities and the powers that have affected our lives, because that's what he's doing going to Jerusalem. I got news for you. This isn't just, hey, Santa, hey, Jesus is great, all right. They all start dropping the palms real quick when they realize that he's going to the temple to overturn the money changer tables. That he's going into Jerusalem to confront the religious elite, the self-righteous religious group who think they've got it all together, that they have the keys to heaven and hell. Not Jesus, not God, not this good news story that Jesus comes to bring, but them. He goes into Jerusalem to confront the governmental systems of the world, those things that claim power over people and institutions, to give us the language of our own success. And Jesus comes to break through all of those things, to peel those layers away. And as he continues to move into Jerusalem, confronting those principalities and powers, those layers keep becoming removed one after the other. And as he keeps going deeper and deeper into the city, fewer and fewer people are with him. Who can bear that? Not his disciples. When he's crucified, they're all standing at a distance. Some of them are completely gone. What's this about? What's this about, Lord Jesus? He's inviting us into a new story by confronting those things himself. Also that word. He takes all of that brokenness, all of that pain, all of the shame, all of the guilt, all of the evil, all the systems of corruption and darkness and brokenness upon himself, to the point where he has stripped it all away and is left naked, standing before the world, and ultimately hung on the cross. That's the story. That's where we're going this week. Like it or not. And I don't like it. I don't know about you. If I was a screenwriter, I'd write a new script. It'd have a happy ending. No death on the cross. Matter of fact, if I was to write the screenplay, Jesus would go into Jerusalem, he'd encounter all these principalities and powers, he'd put them to shame, they'd nail him to the cross, And then like Arnold Schwarzenegger back in the day, he'd peel the nails out of his hands and throw them on the ground and jump off the cross and say, nobody can stop me because I'm Jesus. Isn't that the script you want? I mean, if we're honest, right? But to die on the cross? In all humility? Who do we see on the cross? Jesus. And we see God on the cross. God gives everything. God's self-giving love on the cross. All the layers peeled away. Nothing can hold on to him. He's completely free. And in that freedom, the world can't stand it. The violence of the world turns against him. You're not for us, Jesus. I'm not even sure you're one of us. This story is too hard for us to bear. We're throwing our lives down. You're going to have to go this alone. Praise be to God, God goes it alone. Praise be to God that Jesus is able to handle this, deal with this, contain this, bear this, because I can't, and I know you can't either. I'm going to stand at a distance just like all the other disciples, watching, because who can handle that load but God and God alone? And God does it for us and invites us into that story. And reminds us that, guess what? The layers can be peeled away. God makes it possible through Jesus Christ. And so the question for each and every one of us today, just like Dominique shared with the children, is what are the things you need to peel away in your life? What needs to be stripped from your life? What have you become so dependent on that you no longer are free? Because as we journey into Jerusalem with Jesus this week, he's inviting us into his story. And as painful and dark and broken as that story is, it is the story of liberation in life. Because the end of the story we all know is, don't say it, because it's next Sunday. But hold it deep in your heart. Praise be to God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let's stand and respond to God's word.